Billy got it bumping.
Leg drop, boot to the face, we won't fold. Put a dude in this place, he out cold. With a tombstone, grapple the waist, get laid flat. Can't escape, nowhere to go, the cage match. It's on now, when I spot him, it's no problem. Everybody stone cold till they hit with the rock bottom. Sharpshooter, I won't miss him like Bret Hart. Like Al Snow, they gon' need him a head start. I just might catch a better body than Mickey James. Get acquainted with the name, we bringin' the pain. Like Kane in the ring, all I see is red. Paul era, Undertaker, I can see the dead. John Cena putting hands in your face. 10 DBS, keep a milli on the waist. B2TF, better stay in your place or get smacked down, play it safe. What you talking about?
Welcome to another episode of Boot to the Face, powered by FullPressCoverage.com. Go there for all your sporting wants and needs, where I am sure they probably won't be talking about the Olympic pole vaulter who got his pole caught on the pole and couldn't get over without knocking. Did you see this guy, EJ?
I heard them talking about it on CNR, but I didn't get a chance to see the clip. How bad did it look?
Hold on. You're not coming through on the you're not being recorded for some fucking reason. Oh, okay. I see what I did. We're gonna have to redo it. Actually, I don't know why that's like that. I didn't do it. Go. All right, we're starting over.
All right.
Welcome to another episode of Boot to the Face, powered by FullPressCoverage.com. Go there for all your sporting wants and needs. And one thing you probably won't see on there is the Olympic pole vaulter, whose pole got caught on the pole and knocked the pole over. And basically, he may not have won the medal, but he's going to be getting some pussy.
Oh, it was like that. See,
That's all I say.
I'm guessing he gave the viewers a show, so to speak.
He didn't try to. He was, you've seen pole vaulting, right? Where they go upside down with their feet over and they come up over the pole. Well, when he got over to the top of the pole, his thing got caught and knocked the pole over, and they were putting it in slow motion. All you saw was his shit just flopping around inside his little tights. I said, this motherfucker's about to get all the ass in whatever country he's in.
Isn't he? Was he from Europe?
I couldn't tell. He looked European, but I don't know where he's from. He's wearing blue. I remember that. But
Hey,
good
man.
for him.
Yeah, good man. How painful did it look?
It just looked like he got caught. Like, it didn't look like it ripped it off or anything. It looked like he was real excited to be pole vaulting though. Like, why are you like that in the middle of the Olympics? Like, I know maybe he was watching like the fucking beach volleyball before he came out there or something. I don't know.
So he had like a halfie or something like that. What's going on?
Shit, it looked like a fully.
Uh-huh.
You got to see the video. For people out there listening and watching, you just got to go see the video. This guy he had a prime bottle in his fucking tights, and he got caught. Like, imagine that your junk gets caught on the pole vault, and it just knocks not your whole body, just your dick, knocks the pole across the thing.
That's like the worst luck ever.
I don't know. He's probably having some real good luck right now. There's a whole lot of volleyball, softball, and gymnasts that just showed up at his dorm, probably like, so you're pole vaulting.
It'd probably be more so like groupies. I feel like most women, that's the reason they don't get off on. He has a big penis. That's like something that's been like we fantasize about on like TV shows. I'm sure it's gonna be like crazy groupies out there just want to smash him just to say they did it now that they know what he's working with.
Groupies do it so good. 50 Cent made a song about him.
Groupie love. Yeah.
Yeah.
The throwback. Hey, like I said, he's probably gonna capitalize off on it. So good for him.
Oh yeah, I heard about you.
Oh, you did, huh?
Birthday Friday. I heard they call you Sweet Dick Willie.
That mustache. What's his face? Big Damon mom.
Yeah. He sounded like the way you got that lined up.
Yeah, the wolf pussy. That's hilarious.
We got not a lot to talk about because we've already covered AEW since the last time we went. And today's Tuesday as we are recording. We'll have double of the AEW to talk about next week because we'll be recording back again on Thursday. You doing anything exciting this weekend, EJ?
No. Oh, I did karaoke on Friday. That's always a fun thing.
Oh yeah. What's your song?
Man, I got pretty drunk. I can't even remember what I did. Oh, I did Limp Bizkit. You remember WrestleMania 17?
Oh yeah, My Way. No,
Yes,
not My
sir.
Way.
It
Was it
is
My
my
Way?
way. It is my way.
Man, it's such a good fucking hype video with Stone Cold and Rock. I don't think there'll ever be a hype video that good again.
People still talking about it 20 something years later.
You watch that video and you have to watch the match now.
Yeah. Yeah. And it got the crowd going, man. People like to sing along to that, so that was fun.
Yeah. My go-to is usually Wagon Wheel by Darius Rucker.
Hey, you gotta show your cousin some love, right?
Yeah. That's a good one too, because usually, I mean, I don't know a lot of black karaoke bars around here, so usually it's very hillbilly-ish when we go to karaoke places. So when we were in Carolinas, we did it, and Tabitha was like, "That girl show was getting close to you trying to sing with you." I was like, "Relax, killer. You can't fight."
Yeah, like you said, it's not really a lot of black karaoke bars out there. But I ran into one in DC, but it's Chocolate City, go figure. And the vibe was like R&B, and you had some old school cats in there singing like Motown and stuff.
That'd be fun, man. You know what? I think I'm gonna look for some black karaoke, but I'd like to just go just to watch. Like hearing songs like that would be way more fun than like by the time we were leaving the karaoke bar in North Carolina, this motherfucker singing metal on there. They were just screaming. "Oh!" I'm like,
Oh, wow.
try to
Yeah,
get the check.
I hate when I go to the karaoke and people in there try to be different, do like B cuts or like garage bands that people don't know. Like the point of going to karaoke bars is to have fun because you know you can't sing. Most people, I hate people show off and they
Yeah,
can't sing. That's another story. But so everybody can sing with you because most people can't sing.
I don't mind the people that can sing. It's the people that take it way too fucking serious, right? Like if you can sing and you're still up there having fun, but it's the motherfucker that's up there like me, warming up and shit first. It's like, oh hell, let me go outside and make a phone call or something.
Yeah, fair enough. When they're trying to show off, you could sing and have fun if you could have some pipes. But like you said, the people trying to show off, like,
Yeah,
cut me a break.
we're not singing fucking Mariah Carey in here. But if you can sing Bruno Mars and hit the same notes he does on a catchy song, like do that. But yeah, you're right. Don't try to come in here and fucking be Carrie Underwood or some goddamn body.
And there you go. The boot to the face rules the karaoke.
Yeah. Don't take it too seriously and have fun. This rules the life.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That was it, just karaoke Friday night?
Yeah, Saturday I watched SummerSlam sporadically throughout the night and eventually got through it with it Sunday morning.
Hmm.
And I was just hanging out with the girlfriend and her sister. Yeah, I didn't. And then I went to church on Sunday. I didn't do a whole lot. What about you?
I got the kids. My daughter went to the SummerSlam party with us. So it's me, my girlfriend, my daughter, my buddy Nate, his wife. Their kids were there, obviously, 'cause it's their house. My buddy David Steelman came over, and we just Nate's been remodeling his house for like 15 years now, and now he's got this really dope back deck with like a screen that comes down and a hot tub and shit. And we were gonna watch it outside. That was the plan. That was what we talked about during WrestleMania. But it was just too fucking hot. Like we tried to wait on the sun to go down, and by the time the sun went down and it cooled off, everybody was already inside. He still turned the screen on or whatever, but um he's got like an 80-inch TV in his den downstairs. So we watched it over there. They ordered some wings. They had some buffalo chicken dip. Like next thing you know, Amanda, Miss Homemaker, she comes out with fucking brownies at the end of the night. It's like, really? Like, what are you doing? They had a popcorn.
Regular brownies are like special.
Yeah, that's the first thing I said. I was like, I might have to take fuck this. Like, what's in these? She's like, no, the kids can have them too. And then they had a popcorn machine, and my daughter saw it, and she's like, can we make popcorn? And I'm like, you don't need no damn popcorn. And of course, Nate's like, oh yeah, let's make popcorn. Burnt the fucking popcorn. The whole house smelled like burnt popcorn because it had got, and it's like an old school movie popcorn maker. So the little like metal kettle thing, apparently something got caught in there and smoked up the whole fucking house. So that was fun in the middle of SummerSlam. But yeah, I didn't have to drive. The girlfriend drove, so I drank. And it was a good time at SummerSlam. It's always more fun watching it with friends.
What's gonna happen when SummerSlam moves 2 nights? Somebody's got to host it 2 nights in a row.
I mean, that's what I did for Mania this year. I hosted it 2 nights. No, but the original plan was I was gonna host night 1, and Joey was gonna host night 2. But then he had to fly to Arkansas or something for work on Sunday, so he was no longer able to do it. And my drunk ass told everybody, come back over tomorrow. And then didn't. And my girlfriend's like, we got WrestleMania tonight. And I'm like, yeah, I'm watching my pajamas. She's like, no, you invited Nate and his wife over. It's like, no, the fuck I didn't. So we fire up SummerSlam, and it's just us sitting there. Next thing you know, my fucking phone goes off, gate entry. I'm like, who is this? Nate's like, you don't remember telling me to come over? And he brought his wife back this time. She didn't come on Saturday.
Yeah.
So they came over. We watched WrestleMania night 2, ordered some pizza.
Wait, man. Sometimes the best plans is when you don't have plans and a plan comes into formation.
Yeah.
But how was the vibe like over there? Were people just socializing, or people actually paying attention to SummerSlam?
Well, Nate watches, Joey watches, David doesn't really watch. So David and Nate's wife, they both smoke, so they would go outside, and we've all known each other for fucking 20-something years. So it's like everybody's cool, so it ain't like awkward when people are pairing off doing shit. So David's kind of trying to date Amanda's friend, so I guess that could have been what the fuck they were outside talking about. Who knows? But me, Joey, Nate, Tabitha, she was kind of in and out also. Like she's got a thing for Damian Priest now. Didn't know that.
Who does?
My girlfriend. She's like, Damian Priest is kind of cute. She's like, I never noticed that before. So I'm watching Raw today when she gets out of the shower, and it just so happens Judgment Day's on, and all of a sudden she comes and lays down in the bed. I'm like, get your ass out, go dry off.
Did you tell her his nickname?
Oh, she already knew it. I told her all about the rumors and whatever. She was like, I don't care. He's still sexy. I was like, hey, you like what you like?
I guess I didn't think he was a sex symbol like that.
Yeah. And my daughter, she was kind of in and out also. Nate's kids didn't watch though. They had a friend over, so my daughter was kind of upstairs. Like they're all about the same age. She'd be up there like fucking around with them, then come back downstairs, watch a little. So it was a good vibe, man. It was fun. Something for everybody.
And you said Nate is trying to date Amanda's friend?
No. Nate and Amanda are married. My buddy David is trying to date Amanda's friend. They've been trying to hook that up for a while. I thought they were dating, but apparently they're not. They're just friends that spend the night together.
Is like David newly single or something?
Nah, David's like a serial
bachelor.
Bachelor, yeah. He gets a lot of it thrown at him too, but he doesn't pick up the signals. By the time he does, it's like 3 weeks later, and she's already with somebody else getting bent over.
Hey man, wish you luck out there, David.
Hey, long time ago when I was married, we went out with we went to a pool party. My best friend Brent that lives in Vegas now, his girlfriend, David, my ex-wife, me, and Brent's girlfriend's friend Kristen. Kristen's a little cutie, and she was basically like throwing it at David the whole night. We're at the pool, and David's like, "I'm gonna walk over to the car and grab some cigarettes," and Kristen goes, "I'll go with you because it's kind of dark over there." Like with a wink,
Mm.
and David's like, "Don't worry about it. I'm not scared of the dark," and just walks
Oh
off.
man. Everybody has that one friend.
Hey, I fucking threw something at him. I can't remember what it was. What the fuck are you doing?
Hey, maybe he's just a genuinely good guy. He doesn't
Oh
assume
no, he's not.
stuff
He's
like
not.
that.
I should say he just can't pick up signs well. Like
Oh, well, I tried to vouch for you, David, but uh, man, I'm thinking I'm starting to get some early onset dementia. I forgot I went kayaking this past weekend.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
how was
So
that turnover?
did I turn over?
Yeah,
Nah, man. I've been good enough times where I don't embarrass myself like that. But it's a lake, so it's not like a river. So, it's calm water. Had beers out there. It was a solid time. Can't complain.
I'm not a beer guy, man. I try sometimes, like every now and then, I'll just have a craving for it, where I'm just like, I want a cold fucking beer when I get home from work today, and I'll go buy a 6-pack, and 5 of them will sit there and go bad.
That's not good, man. How could it, hold up? How do they go bad though? You could have it refrigerated for like months.
I don't drink them though. I forget they're back there, and I'll just
Yeah,
be like, "Huh, look at this," and I'll taste one, and it'll be kind of tart.
man. I like the taste of beer, but I try to keep in shape. So while I was single, I didn't really drink them except on like special occasions. I go for like a high noon, or they got those 0 calorie Bud Light Zero beers or whatever. But ever since I've been in a relationship with drinking more beer, I'm like, man, I gotta start cutting back on this beer. I'm not getting a beer gut, but I don't want to pick up on the habits of drinking beer too much.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't do it for health reasons. I'd prefer liquor over beer.
Hey, different strokes for different folks. That's what they say.
But tonight I'm drinking Prime Hydration Blue Raspberry.
Oh my
Had these
goodness.
Prime drinks? They're good.
You let that product placement get to you, huh?
No, I what happened was at my job, I have accounts that are just like, "Hey, you want something to drink?" and they'll just give me free shit. And so I asked the guy one time, I was like, "How are those primes?" And he's like, "You gotta fucking try one." He's like, "The ice pop one tastes just like ice pops when we were younger." I'm like, "No, they don't." The only thing I'll say, if you ever try them, well, obviously try it for yourself first. But what I have to do is I have to pour half of it into a cup and mix it with water because they're so fucking thick for some reason. It's like just a little bit too much syrup in them, whatever they put in it. But they're not bad. They're the flavors are really good, and 25 calories for the whole bottle, 6 carbs, not a lot of sugar, 1 gram of sugar. It's mixed with coconut water. Like it's supposed to be somewhat healthy.
Hey man, I feel like they're making a killing, so whatever they're doing is working.
They're not cheap.
How much are they?
2 for $4 at the grocery store today.
That's not cheap at all. $2 a piece? Oh no, two
Yeah,
for four. My math is off. Two
yeah,
for
$2
four.
a piece.
So you only get two for $4.
Yes.
So yeah, so $2 a piece. For some reason I was thinking the other way around. You got four for two. Yeah, that's not cheap at all. Like,
I mean, it's like at the gas station, you can get a couple Gatorades for $4, right? So it's about the same as that. But when I go to Costco, I get the Costco branded vitamin waters. I get 20 of them, 24 of them, I'm sorry, that come in 20-ounce bottles for $13. Prime, 10 bottles, $23. So I get more than double for $10 less, and they taste just like vitamin water.
Hey man, it's economy, I tell you.
Yeah, it's name brand stuff. Like, when you were younger, you wanted Rice Krispies, and your parents got you fuck. Well, I don't know about yours, but my parents would get me like the Kroger Krispies or whatever the fuck they were called, the Piggly Wiggly Krispies. Like they wouldn't even come in a box; they come in a big ass bag. You're like, what is this shit? I want a fucking Lucky Charms instead. It's fucking Charmo Luck or some shit like that. Not the same. Tastes the same. Probably made by the same company, but they just upcharge on one of them that got a different label on it.
See, growing up, my parents were the opposite of each other. My dad would do like that. He'd buy like the generic stuff from the store and stuff like that, like you said, like the Rice Crazies instead of Rice Krispies and stuff like that. He like be frugal with like small stuff. And my mom would like get the name brand stuff. Like she like, not that much of a difference. But then on the opposite side of things, my dad would be coming home with like a brand new car or come with a big ass grill that was expensive. And my mom didn't like spending on expensive stuff like that. So big purchases like that. So that's how it was.
Evens out. Yeah, you save on Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man. Like you said, man, Costco is the way to go though if you want to buy in bulk in general though.
Before we get into wrestling talk, I'll talk about this. I tried. I haven't tried it yet. I was thinking about doing that Factor meal plan. You ever seen that shit?
I've done it.
Man, that shit is so expensive.
That's why I only did it for like a month.
That's what I'm gonna do because my first box for the first week was 50% off, and then I get 3 more for 20% off. After that, I'm just hoping this will like kickstart me into eating better, and then I'll kind of get used to. All right, well, eating healthy ain't that fucking bad, and I can control it a little bit better. But $170 for a week's worth of food, like that's almost $800 a month.
Yeah, that's what I've done it in like 3 different stints. The most recent one was I think early this year when I just wanted to do keto for a little bit. And like I'm buying all these groceries and I gotta make it. So it's basically just to save time. Because like you said, it's still pretty damn expensive.
Yeah, it's to save time, but it costs way fucking more. Like I could see if it was something to justify, even like $100 a week. But when you're almost $200 a week, and you got to do that shit 4 times in a month, like that shit adds up. And then you start thinking, like, I don't buy $800 worth of fucking groceries. Like,
well, hold on now. How many people are you doing it for? I don't remember it being that expensive for just myself.
I was just doing it for me. I was only getting 8 meals a week, and I was only getting 8, and it was like one set.
Okay, I think I was doing because I was doing less meals. I think I was doing like 4 or 5 per week or something like that, and then doing something different on the weekend. But yeah, I could. That's still a lot. 200 per week.
That's 170, but damn near 200.
I
Or
think
140, I think is what it was. Because half off, I paid $70 for it. So it's 140 a week. So you're looking at $600 a month.
that's still a lot. I think they gave me that discount, like you said, and the discount had it where it was like maybe 50 for a week, and then it went up to like 80 or 90 or something like that.
Yeah.
Per week. But either way, man, it's still expensive.
We'll see. I'll let y'all know. I mean, it is going to be cool to just fucking go grab something out the microwave and heat it up for 2-3 minutes, and it's healthy, so to speak.
And they actually taste good. Like it's not like some type of, the TV dinner that you used to get back in the day with the shitty ass brownie and terrible macaroni. It's like actually good meals. I don't know how they do it.
Oh, well, what you got against the brownie and the macaroni? It was the corn that sucked. You can never get that fucking corn or the mashed potatoes. They always had ice in the middle of them, no matter how long you put them in there.
Maybe I'm remembering worse than they were, but they weren't that good, man.
I used to love I used to love them TV dinners so bad. I started eating the Hungry Man dinners when I was older.
Didn't WWE at the time do the Hungry Man like promotion? Didn't Booker T do it or something like that?
Yeah, I feel like you're right. Tying it back to wrestling. Let's get into some wrestling, EJ. These people don't want to hear about us fucking reminiscing about TV dinners and shit. Or do they? Who knows? Like I said, we won't talk much AEW this week because there hasn't been any AEW shows except for the one that happened on Saturday, which was the lowest viewed collision in the history of the program. So
They changed
only 100.
time and SummerSlam was going on, so I watched it. It was
Yeah.
Collision is the wrestling show, so if you like wrestling, Collision is for you. It wasn't bad show, like you said. That's crazy. That's the lowest rated one, but we know why they moved times.
Yeah, but barely over. I mean, 100,000 people. That's like TNA does better than that on fucking Access.
They do not, but I get your point.
Do they not? I thought TNA was
Nah,
like 200,000 people.
they're in the five figures because nobody gets access.
TNA's about to move to a different channel, though, aren't they?
That might help them though if they do.
I thought they were. I thought there was talks of TNA moving to like the new TNN or some shit like that.
That's what's up, man. Shout out to TNA.
TNN's not a fucking channel anymore, EJ. I was trying to be funny.
I thought you might be like the new Spike. I think it's Paramount now. I don't know. That went over my head.
But I thought TNA was going to I can't remember what channel, but I thought they were talking about moving, but I guess I'm wrong. The only thing in AEW that I watched this week that one thing ROH pissed me off because I didn't see Red Velvet on there unless I missed it. What I did see, I was about to turn off the main event, and all of a sudden my boy Sammy Guevara comes back.
All right, how did they set that up? Because I saw spoilers. I hate spoilers, but I heard that he came back.
He was who did he come help? Anyway, he's baby
Dustin.
Yeah, he came back and helped Dustin Rhodes. And yeah, he's already got our boy JD Hoop designed his new wrestling gear.
That's
so
what's
he's
up.
already new gear and shit like that. So yeah, Sammy G came back. Nothing else really moved the needle for me in AEW. I didn't watch Collision, so if you want to hit something for AEW real quick, and then we'll get into the SummerSlam review and we'll get the hell up out of here. This is gonna be kind of a short show.
They had an 8-man tag in the show with I think it was Undisputed Kingdom and Black Taurus. I think he's Beast Mortals now versus the Conglomeration. I don't know. What was it? No, it was FTR.
Good name.
What's that?
Sorry, the Conglomerate.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm done with Briscoe.
I don't mind Briscoe, but he shouldn't be holding any like AEW world title. ROH world title is good for him. FTR, I think it was Briscoe and Darby Allin, so that was a fun little main event. But I think they also had what's his face hologram on there, and for some reason maybe it's the Texas crowd because they've been doing that stint, but for some reason the fans really have taken a liking to him.
I don't have idea who the fuck that is.
Hologram? He's the luchador. I mean, I can't really see a difference between him and Gravity and what's the other mask guy's name with the Lucha Brothers manager? I can't think of his name.
Gravity and a hologram. I guess all you need is fire, wind, and earth, and you have all the fucking Captain Planet people there.
Yeah, so for some reason, like the fans have been behind him, and he's been featured on Collision every week. They had like a package to give him in. So, also, it was something with you brought up ROH. Well, yeah, with Sammy, it's just been a lot of stop and starts with him. And
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I feel like they're trying to fit him in maybe it's a twist that they're trying to do, but he doesn't fit in the face mold for me. So he's just a natural heel.
I'm glad he's in ROH. It's kind of like WWE sending him back down to NXT. I'm glad he can like kind of get out on his own because I feel like if he would have went right back to AEW, he'd just end up back with fucking Jericho again.
Yeah, he can't get out of that Jericho vortex, so to speak.
Yeah.
Let him fly on his own, but I think you got to turn him heel. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for AEW.
I did see your girl Billy Starks is feeling left out now that she's not a champion anymore, and Athena and Lexi just kind of dogging her out now, making her carry the bags and shit like that. So I think you were right about it. I think Billy's about to move up and be the one to take the belt from Athena.
I know. Finally, some long-term break. I tell you, they're probably gonna circle back around. She fell short at last year's final battle, and And now she might rise up and actually get it a whole year later. So I wouldn't be mad at that, I guess. So, because I would like to see Athena, her and Mercedes. That'd be dope.
Yeah, yeah. They had some good interactions in WWE. Britt Baker gets suspended, is what the news
Mm.
sites reported. That she was getting sassy about MJF and Alicia Atout, and apparently an altercation broke out, and all kind of differing reports on what actually happened. But the one thing everybody can agree on is Britt Baker did get suspended.
Now, do we know for anything for sure? Because I don't like doing rumors unless we can confirm anything. So is she suspended or is she not suspended?
It was confirmed by Dave Meltzer.
Yeah, Dave Meltzer, the most credible news guy out there.
Was she on TV last week?
She was not. It was I think it was just a squash match with
There you go.
so she could have been on a break. But
Yeah, because
what
Mercedes won Street Clothes of the Week last week. And we talked about Camille squashing the other lady. So yeah, you're right. She wasn't on TV. If she's not on TV tomorrow, we got our answer.
either way, you said I know MJF's girlfriend, Alicia, the interviewer, they said had to deal with her.
Yeah, something about again. This is where the rumors and the he said she said shit starts. But something about Britt not being happy about MJF getting an hour match a couple weeks ago on the 250 episode, and again, rumors that he got Alicia Toot hired and all that, and she ran back and told MJF, and he confronted Britt Baker. Then you had people saying that he busted into the women's locker room and punched the wall. But it's like if he did that, I feel like he should have got suspended. So who knows? Who knows what's actually true? Only thing we know is true is again reports from credible news sources that Britt Baker did in fact get suspended, and she just can't fucking. I bet Thunder Rosa's like,
Yeah.
post that Shannon Sharp gif.
and and going back to if the first part of that story you said is true, that just sounds like some hating ass shit. Like she mad that somebody else got an hour match and got his girlfriend. Like what kind of hater just worry about what's in front of you and what's on your plate?
I mean, we saw that behind the scenes show that AEW put out. Like, I only saw 2 or 3 of them, but every time it was her like stirring up shit, like worrying about other people.
And Rucker said this was all CM Punk's fault, this backstage drama and stuff.
Yeah, he's a fucking cancer.
Okay.
And now look, he fucking he infected AEW.
Oh,
They were
okay.
doing just fine. They were doing just fine. They were a good, healthy body of wrestling. And then CM Punk came along, and now all this shit starts to come out.
Okay. Let's just go move on to SummerSlam.
I can figure any kind of way to blame CM Punk.
Let's move on to SummerSlam.
I hurt my shoulder at work the other day. I believe it was that motherfucker's fault.
Oh man.
I think when I fell, somebody drove by and he was playing Cult of Personality. I knew that shit was his fault.
Classic Rucker.
SummerSlam was this weekend, EJ. Some people saying it's the best SummerSlam of all time. And when people say that, I start thinking, I can't remember all the SummerSlams.
Really. I've been hearing mixed reviews, but it's never been like it was okay. Like you said, some people were saying like it's the best SummerSlam all time, and other times people have been saying like you're a little bit pitchy, dog.
It was a good SummerSlam for me because I'm a story guy, and every match had a story, and I love that shit. Now, it was a bit much on all the outside interference. Like every fucking match, it seemed like had outside interference, but it was fun, man. It was like, opening up with Rhea and Dom. That was the first match, right? I mean, Rhea and Liv.
It was.
That was a good for I was at a party. That was good to hook everybody in at the party that was there. Like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? And then to see Dom turn at the end, I was like, but yeah, the stories were good. The in ring left a little bit to be desired.
Hey, but of course, I think Gunther and Damian was the match of the night. But if you would have to pick a second, your boy LA Knight and Logan Paul put on a pretty damn good match.
I give all the credit to Logan Paul on that one.
Okay.
Hey, all jokes aside, LA Knight looks like he got bigger.
He might went into Triple H's medicine cabinet and snuck a few Flintstone vitamins and
he said, "Motherfuckers want to call me the Rock ripoff. I'm about to show him. I'm about to look just like the." No, he looks huge now. I've met him before, and he was not that damn big, but he got up on the turnbuckle and he had the belt, and they were showing like the replays. I was like, I had no idea LA Knight was that fucking big.
Yeah, and wasn't that pick the only thing stopping you from going perfect on your picks?
Maybe.
From what I remember, you posted on Twitter. I have to go back and check the tape to see if those are your actual picks. But I
think I may have picked. No, I picked Logan Paul on here too.
I know
I
that.
think I picked all the.
I don't remember you picking Nia. You picked Nia on Twitter, but I don't remember you picking Nia on here. If I'm not mistaken.
I'm pretty sure I did. I remember when Nia won Queen of the Ring. I said she was gonna win at SummerSlam.
Maybe, I don't know. Like I said, I have
also changed my mind a lot.
There you go.
I changed my mind a lot. So who the fuck knows?
You may have picked her though. I don't know. My memory's bad.
Now I want to go back and listen. You had Liv and Rhea, which was a okay match. Great finish to it, with Dom helping Liv again accidentally the same way he did with Becky Lynch and then turning on him. Yeah, and you had a lot of turns too, like the Finn Balor thing. I loved it, but it also kind of, I ain't gonna say it fell flat. I think it would have been more impactful if it wasn't an hour after Dom turned on Rhea.
I don't mind that because you remember back at WrestleMania 15 where you had Triple H leave DX and I think China left that same night and it was just like a turning point type of situation. I feel like this was like a turning point reset situation in that same manner. So I didn't mind it too much.
If you know anything about the history of the Judgment Day, Finn Balor just kicks everybody out. He kicked Edge out. Now
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah.
Fucking Priest.
See, now you know what the common denominator is. Finn's trash, huh?
Hey. Finn's the guy. I like evil Finn Balor. I hope they let the Prince do his thing. Like, give me the Finn Balor that went back to NXT and turned heel and won the championship a couple years ago.
I mean, since going back up to the main roster, he hasn't been too far off from that character because he doesn't do he's wrestling in the long shorts, not long shorts, long pants now instead of the underwear or whatever, and the trunks. And then like he doesn't do the demon anymore, so he's been more so like that. A second stint in NXT more so lately, right?
Yeah, but I just meant overall, like, as far as taking him serious and him not being a comedy act.
Oh yeah, I get that part. Yeah, because he was all about business now in that second NXT stint.
But didn't he go back to the Demon against Bray Wyatt?
I think that was before the NXT stint, but didn't he do the Demon against Edge though? I can't remember when he split his shit
against Edge at WrestleMania.
Yeah, when he split his shit. Yeah,
So
that's the only time he's done it.
Fucking a 3-match losing streak with the Demon because he lost to Roman, Bray, and Edge.
Yeah. That's the only time I remember him doing Demon and Judgment Day was against Edge.
Yeah, that was crazy how he split his head open like that and then kept wrestling. It's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah. Hey, better him than me.
My head open? Yeah. I don't give a fuck how much y'all pay for these tickets. I'm going home.
Yep. I'm with you.
LA Knight and Logan Paul, you talked about that. How happy were you for your boy that he won the belt? Did you think it was ever in doubt?
Nah, I didn't think he was gonna lose. I mean, I feel like when he got hit with the Nux, like I feel like he wasn't bleeding or anything. Just basically popped right back up not too long after that. Hit the BFT. But other than that, man, like they kind of exceeded my expectation. Like you said, we give Logan Paul his praise. So it's not like I'm saying that it was LA Knight carrying the match. Logan Paul was picked up on the business quickly, but it takes two to tangle, and they both put on a fine match.
Logan Paul's a clear example of you saying stupid shit on Twitter, and it can change how people feel about you so quick. Because there's no way people in Cleveland should have been booing him until last week when he said what he said about the Olympic stuff, like a lot of people did before they knew the fucking facts. I don't want to try to give him an out, but like I've heard a lot of stupid shit being said last week, and then when other stuff's come out, I haven't really heard a lot of people be like, "Oh shit, my bad." I've seen a couple that are man enough or woman enough to say that, but a lot of people just kind of ignored their big ass opinion that they had last week, including Logan Paul, if I'm not mistaken. I hadn't seen him say anything. But yeah, he got booed out of Cleveland. I'm just like, he's from Cleveland.
And we're not a political show, but I mean, I didn't realize how MAGA he is with that, like the Olympic stuff, like you just mentioned, and then he's parading around with Trump and stuff. I'm like, I guess I have to just separate the artist from the art, I guess.
You know the thing I don't like when politics get mixed in with just general equality and being a good person. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like if you're a good person and you're trying to be progressive and you're trying to accept people, you get labeled as liberal. And if you're a fucking bigot piece of shit that doesn't want any progression, you get labeled as a Republican. I'm just like, there's some on both sides. I just don't like all the political shit getting twisted in to equality. Like, let's just be good people. Who give a fuck who you vote for?
Yeah, and then maybe it was a different time, and maybe they didn't have to talk about stuff like that. But from what I recall, when W was back in presidency, he wasn't the smartest dude. That's why he got a lot of flack. But I don't remember him like riling up people with like the bigotry and all of that. So like, why can't we go back to a simpler time when red or blue, you just wasn't an asshole.
These motherfuckers fight like the Crips and the Bloods.
Exactly. So, yeah. But whatever.
But yeah, like you said, we don't do the politics stuff. But yeah, he opened his mouth and said some shit he probably wish, or opened his Twitter. I bet he wish he could take that. My favorite thing was him doing that fucking backwards springboard moonsault to the outside, and the crowd goes, "Whoa!" Like everybody cheered, and then 10 seconds later they were all chanting, "You still suck."
Yeah,
I thought that was fucking hilarious. But yeah, LA Knight takes the title from Logan Paul. I almost said Walter. Gunther and Priest with a hard hitting, just knockdown, drag out match. We talked about Finn turning. Gunther is your new world heavyweight champion. I'm excited about this. Like, this dude looks like a champion, talks like a champion, even though his English isn't the best. Something about the way Gunther talks makes you just fucking listen to him. Like,
but you don't think I feel like his English is really good, especially not being a native speaker. Right. You know, he's not Andrade.
Yeah. Okay, so when I say not really the best, I meant like how Becky Lynch was catching shit from Vince and everybody on her Irish accent. I didn't think it was anything wrong with it. I liked it. I liked the fact that you could tell she had an accent. And that's what I like about Gunther. So maybe saying his English isn't the best wasn't the right way to phrase it. I like the accent. I think it does well for his character and his whole vibe.
Yeah. How about him? Did he slick his hair back with blood? If I'm not mistaken, he took the blood off his chest and slicked his hair.
So I missed that, but I remember my girlfriend. I think I went to make a drink or something like that. When I came back, she was like, "This is gross." I'm like, what? And she's like, he just took the blood off his chest and rubbed it all over his face. So I think that's what you're talking about. And of course, I told her, oh, you should have saw Hangman Page and
Ugh.
Swerve Strickland. I explained to her what happened. She was like, I'm going outside. This is fucking gross. Of course, I couldn't watch Hangman and Swerve either. I'm glad people told me about it, so I didn't have to go back and watch that match because I'd probably threw up.
Yeah, gross. But yeah, so with Gunther, I guess we'll dip in and out of the fallout a little bit. Looks like, well, not looks like, it is going to be him and Randy Orton at Bash at Berlin. Of course, Gunther is probably going to retain. Well, how do you see this reign going? You think it's going to be like his IC reign, or you think like WrestleMania might be the stopping point for the first reign? Or
I think Orton is a great opponent for him in Berlin because one, Gunther's gonna have the home court advantage, obviously, but Orton is a big enough star to where people will still probably cheer for him, probably more than they would anybody else over there, just because he's a legacy star, no pun intended. Um, but a win over Randy Orton, clean, hopefully, instead of like at King of the Ring where his shoulders are up. It'll be a good kickstart to his world title reign. But yeah, I think WrestleMania would be a good stopping point for him.
I think so too. Another point, not to be too nerdy about it, but it was kind of weird how they executed it with him winning over Damien. Damien had the pin, he rolled him over into the ropes, four pin to get the foot on the rope and whatnot. I'm like,
I think I think that was just bad positioning. Like, I don't think it was supposed to go like that, and they just had to make do with what they had to make do with. Honestly, with Gunther's long ass legs, he probably still could have reached the ropes. It's just Finn's a little tight, he probably wouldn't have been able to climb in the ring and get to his leg. But I know what you're saying. I think it was just I think after the choke slam, Gunther was supposed to roll over one more time and he didn't. But shit like that happens.
yeah. I know why they did it. They wanted Damien to look strong, but Gunther's never needed help before, so it's just interesting that
That's not necessarily true.
when did he ever need help?
He needed help against Jey Uso for the IC title.
I can't remember that. That might have been
Jey Uso had him beat, and Jimmy came in and cheated.
okay. Well, I guess second then. Well, I stand corrected there.
And then at the beginning of it, fucking Kaiser was cheating for him for a while, wasn't he? Am I crazy?
Kaiser used to always stay in the back. Gunther just used to get the job done by himself. The Kaiser would come on for a second and then go to the back.
Yeah. Like I said, I hope he gets a clean win over Orton.
Mhm.
Just to kind of get Gunther back to where he was. Then you had Nia Jax defeat Bayley for the women's championship. This was the whole match. I was literally going, this is why I don't like Bayley. Look at this. This match is awful. This is why I don't like Bayley. And everybody there slowly turned into a Nia Jax fan.
Okay, that's not act like Nia is a in-ring tactician. Like we've seen good matches from Bayley. It just might not be a good.
Yeah.
What comes to mind?
Nia
I'm not
versus
shitting on Nia. Nia versus who?
Becky.
Well, we've already highlighted on the show. Becky could wrestle with a paper bag.
She had a good match with Sasha.
Sasha could wrestle a good match with a paper bag.
She had a good match with Naomi and Bianca.
Now you reach it. I don't know about that. I have to go back and look at those to see.
She did. When Naomi was SmackDown Women's Champion, they had a couple good matches. She had good matches with Bianca.
What we know how Bayley gets down. Bayley has good match. Maybe they just don't work good together.
I got one for you. She had a good match at Queen of the Ring final with Lyra Valkyria.
I can't remember. Either way, maybe they just don't mix well. Because we know Bayley has good matches too. Maybe these two just don't pair well together.
I just don't see it with Bayley, man. Like shouldn't say I like Bayley. I don't not like Bayley, but I just don't get all the hype with everybody like wanting her to be I don't know. I just when the bell rings, I'm just like not interested in Bailey.
Yeah, I just want to be balanced. I'm not gonna shit all over Bailey, but it's Nia's reign. I like how Nyla has become the powerhouse, and let's see how her reign of terror goes. I'm sure you're gonna have Tiffany in the shadows, teasing the cash in on her. So let's see how that goes.
Yeah, it'll be a fun little back and forth with those two. Braun Breaker defeats Sami Zayn in a match that I went upstairs to get something to eat, so I didn't see any of it.
Ooh, man, this is the match where like I saw bits and pieces, but I didn't get to go back and watch that one in its entirety. But from what I saw, it looked like Braun went in there and did Braun things and smashed them at the end and at the 1, 2, 3. I saw his people up in the stands. I know it was Scott for sure. I don't know if Rick was up there
Yeah, they
too.
were both there. Rick and Scott were there.
So yeah, Braun Breaker. I think they are setting him to win the world title at WrestleMania 43, not 42, 43. No. My math is off. 41 is Vegas, 42. I think they're setting him up to win 42.
Yeah, I could see him doing a shit show like Indianapolis.
And there you have
Ain't
it.
nobody gonna be there, so fuck it. I'm gonna give it to Braun.
I think they did a good job of, pivoting, because remember he was the white meat babyface at NXT, and they was doing the John Cena chants in the crowd, and they shitted on it. Then he turned heel, and now they like it. But how long you think he could go with just smashing people like that, where it just gets boring and just smashing people, where he has to show like a new facet of his game?
I think he'll smash the lower tiered wrestlers like JD McDonough, those types. But
Mm-hmm.
when he wrestles somebody like Sami Zayn, like I know this was, it wasn't a long match, but the one that he lost was a better match. And they're about to have a 2 out of 3 falls match next Monday. I don't think he's just gonna run through Sami Zayn. Like I think when he wrestles the upper echelon, he's gonna have to learn how to sell and put on a match. He'll probably still get the win more times than not, but it'll be uh it'll be a little less one sided when he starts wrestling main eventers.
Yeah. And even if he stays in this role, I mean, if he's a heel, that heat is heat. Even if people get tired of it, if they're booing it, I'm a fucking heel. That's what you're supposed to do. So I think it'll work in the long run.
Hmm. Um, I don't even want to talk about the Jelly Roll and A Town Down and
Why
Miz.
not? I bet your girlfriend probably got some excitement and a little kick out of that, like a
She had
mainstream
no
star.
idea that's what Jelly Roll looked like.
Really? You didn't know she was a big dude?
I mean, I don't
His name is Jelly Roll.
know who it was either. Our Truth took a picture with him and posted on Twitter. I'm so glad I got to hang out with what's the other white dude's name with the tattoos all over?
Post
Post
Malone.
Malone.
That's funny. Hilarious. Our Truth's
I
a
said this
national
motherfucker.
treasure.
He really is. I was worried for Jelly Roll.
Why?
Somebody that big moving around like that, like something could easily broke. And I was
Yeah.
just like, ooh. And then when he did the little John Cena 5 knuckle shuffle, did you see how quick R Truth and Miz went over there to help him get back up?
And I didn't pay attention to that part. I saw it, but I didn't pay attention to that little detail.
That was one of the things because when he did it, I was like, not trying to be mean, but I was like, he ain't gonna be able to get back up. And the whole room busted out laughing when R Truth jumped up and ran over to help him. But good for him. He got to do a wrestling move at SummerSlam. I'll never get to do that. So the joke's on me, I guess.
Shout out to Jelly Roll.
Main event. Cody Rhodes defends the WWE Undisputed Championship against Solo Sikoa. Bloodline rules, all kind of interference. And this match was basically everybody waiting for what was going to happen at the end. This match was quiet. It was plotting. It was kind of boring.
Yeah, and you said Cody's really good in the ring. He's serviceable in the ring, but I've never, besides the match he had with Dustin and he had a good match with Sammy Guevara. Like, I've never walked away from a Cody match and I'm like, God damn, this motherfucker be spitting. Cody is what he is in the ring.
So
he's not bad. He's not bad.
Cody can go with the upper echelon. He can keep up, but he can't carry.
Exactly.
Like, you talked about Becky Lynch earlier. I think that's the difference between Charlotte and Becky. Like, Charlotte can have really good matches with really good wrestlers, but Charlotte can't carry somebody else to a really good match. And Becky could. That's why Charlotte never had chemistry with the Iconics and people like that were lower than her. But I think it was just more of a mix of people knew something was going to happen. It was bloodline rules, and they were just kind of waiting. And man, when it happened,
I wish you had like a camera on you so I could see the reaction while you're watching it at the party.
my reaction, the first thing I thought when his music hit and the crowd erupted the way they did, and then he finally came out, because I was like, oh, he ain't really coming out, because it took him a minute to get out there. And when I saw him, I was like, this whole moment right here almost makes Cody's title reign like null and void.
Yeah, I mean, I'll get to that in a second, but it only took a whole 12 years to get Roman over organically as a face. Who would have thought? Because when he was over for a little bit, that Royal Rumble, he was still a heel, so you can't count that. Organic face, and I'm proud of him, man.
I would disagree with that. I think he was over as a face multiple times, and they just fucked up his booking still.
Not over like he was at the SummerSlam.
No, but well, when he was doing the feud with when he won the title the first time and Sheamus cashed in on him, and he was doing the feud with the League of Nations or whatever they were called, and he lost that Money in the Bank and attacked Triple H and then attacked everybody else. That little 4-week end of the year right there, he was fucking over like crazy. The Rumble that he won was in Philadelphia, okay? The Rumble that he won that they booed him out of the building, the same fucking building on Monday Night Raw, he wrestled Sheamus to win the world title, and that place blew the fuck up when he won. Go back and watch it.
All right. I didn't want to go off on a tangent, but let's get back to the matter at hand. Yeah, man.
Right.
You make a
talk about it.
okay. Yeah, man. We told everybody at WrestleMania that till Cody finished his story there, what this whole bloodline story was all about Roman. And now I'm seeing even our boy Devin, he's like, this whole reign's been ass. We told y'all it wasn't probably gonna be good after that, but y'all didn't listen. And now look
at you.
Roman was over like Rover. Like,
look at this.
That was a huge pop.
Roman probably wasn't even planning on coming back this early.
Yeah, he was off having vacation, enjoying his children, shooting a few movies, and y'all made me have to come back. I didn't want to come back this early, but I have to. And look at the results.
There's people out there that like, well, look at the numbers. Cody's still selling merch like crazy, and WWE's still doing this and that. Yeah, cool. WWE as a company, like, the numbers are not going down. You're right. Cody's still selling a lot of merch because Cody and the kids. But when you watch SmackDown, ever since WrestleMania, the main event world title feel does not have the same to it. It just doesn't. Like, you can miss it now. You couldn't miss it when Roman was on TV. When Roman was on TV, it was, the kids would say, cinema. Cody's been the champion on TV lately, and it's like, hey, Cody's here.
But I also want to be fair and balanced. We always say that the story's in the chase. Cody's a babyface. It's hard to be a intriguing babyface on the TV with the title every week. So you got that playing towards you. And like Roman is like generational too. So it's hard to, follow that. So it has Cody, has that against him as well. So, but it is what it is, I guess.
And this is why I said a long time ago, Cody should not have been the one to beat Roman, because the person that beat Roman was gonna be a low. It was gonna be a valley. Like Roman was the peak. Whoever beat him, that's when the whole WWE universe got to exhale. Like Roman had you on this roller coaster for 4 years, and then once he lost, everybody's like, "All right, Roman doesn't have the belt no more. Like I can go do other shit when SmackDown." And that's kind of how they booked Cody. That's why Cody shouldn't have been the one to beat him. Cody should have been 3 or 4 people after Roman.
See,
It meant something.
Go ahead.
It meant something for Cody to beat Roman at WrestleMania for that night. But going forward, that was a bad move, I think. And I said it then, and I'll say it now. And Saturday night coming back, Cody's no longer the biggest star on SmackDown.
See, I disagree with Cody not being the guy to do it. I just feel like the timing for him could have been delayed because I feel like the way they executed the whole Rock thing, they did it poorly. If they did it right, they could have had Cody win it at 41. Cause I don't feel like it should have been a transitional person to beat him just so they wouldn't have to, they could absorb some of the slack of being a person that takes it off of him. But I feel like you could have got Rock and Roman this year if you would have did it better. But they put themselves in the corner and they had to execute it with Cody, and then to build up to Cody doing it in 41. But I guess we're splitting hairs at
somebody
this point.
Actually involved in the Bloodline storyline. Hell, it could have been The Rock. Rock could have won it at WrestleMania, and Cody could have beat The Rock at SummerSlam.
Yeah, you could have, but people probably would have shit on The Rock winning it. I'm not gonna bullshit you.
Right. They would have. And then Rock turns heel just like he did. Fucking turns on. Like, there was a way to get to Final Boss Rock still, even if he would have won as a quote unquote babyface. I don't know. Honestly, I think The Rock is a big enough star. He would have been perfect to be the one to take the belt off Roman. It still would have turned Roman babyface by losing to The Rock. And it still would have made Cody over because now The Rock's the biggest heel in wrestling and he's holding the belt hostage, taking it to fucking Hollywood. You ain't got a champion anymore. And then Cody beats one of the biggest stars in the history of wrestling.
Yeah, you could have did it that way, but I don't know if.
Yeah.
I know you were a proponent of Jay doing it. I mean, I wouldn't have been mad at that, but.
Even Sammy. Like, it wouldn't have lasted long, but somebody that was involved in the Bloodline storyline should have been who beat Roman.
Sammy would have worked, but I don't think the company believes in Sammy that much for him to have done it. Sammy would have worked though. I don't think at the Elimination Chamber, if he would have did it like at Mania, that would have worked. Daniel Bryan adjacent.
Did that SummerSlam.
Or SummerSlam, but I don't know. But we can't go back and change the past, so this is what we have.
How'd you like the moment, EJ, of Roman?
I thought it was tremendous. I mean, I'm just nitpicking, and it's not like it makes me mad. And it's just something that I observed. Having those long ass entryways, like where the person's just waiting in the ring waiting for somebody to come down. That's a little bit drawn out. But other than that, it was a really good moment.
It was just a Roman entrance. Like, he always takes forever to get to the fucking ring.
Did he have new music? That sounded like new music.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that. I was not a fan of that. I hope they reconvene and go back to his old music, because this music I didn't like, and his music was so cold.
Yeah. I listened to it through the feed. I hadn't tried to find like how it sounds like isolated. Like I can't. It was like kind of the same, but it was different.
Yeah, it wasn't it didn't hit the same for me. Like it was different. But I don't know. I hope this ain't Roman Empire. Roman. I hope he still wants to be the tribal chief.
Over or under if he asked for the crowd to acknowledge him on Friday.
Oh, he's definitely gonna do that. I think they'll boo him if he doesn't. It can't be isn't it though?
Nah, that's not a baby face thing to do.
Everybody has their thing. The New Age Outlaws had their thing. DX had their thing where they'd come out and do their little sing along. Scott Hall, hey yo, time to do a little survey. Even though he was a heel, it was a babyface thing to do. The crowd's gonna fucking get out there, and Roman's gonna stand in the middle of the ring. It's like The Rock coming out and not saying "finally."
That's true. But all of those phrases that you mentioned could go either way. This is like aggressive, demanding the people to acknowledge you.
No, y'all came back. Y'all missed me. You motherfuckers needed me. Acknowledge me. And they like, we didn't need you, Roman. Tribal chief.
Or I mean, maybe he's not gonna like try to present as a white meat baby face. Maybe he'll present as like Stone Cold. Stone Cold was, anti-hero, and he didn't try to get the crowd to play along with him. They just did.
Maybe he'll be the same Roman he was always been since he's been tribal chief, and now the crowd will just cheer for him. I mean, he was getting cheers at the beginning. Like once he went up against Cody and he was siding with The Rock, they started booing him. But before that, like Roman was getting cheers the last couple of years. But now it was like overwhelming. Like they could not wait to see him beat the fuck out of Solo.
Yeah, long-term booking. See how that works out, ladies and gentlemen.
Street Clothes Wrestler of the Week, EJ. I don't know who you got, but I'll go ahead and jump mine off. My Street Clothes Wrestler of the Week was the new heavyweight champion of the world. Came out with a little blue suit on, got the title on, looking official. Gunther.
The Ring General.
Gunther. I love the way not Da Vinci. What's his name? Mr. Tiffany.
Ludwig Kaiser.
Ludwig. I love his intro when he does the Ring General. Like, what are you saying, bro?
Yeah, man. I don't know why they kicked Giovanni out. Like, I feel like they could have had like a perfect little. If they would have won the world tag team with Gunther being the world heavyweight champion, but I don't want to go down that route. Just observation. My Street Clothes Wrestler of the Week is somebody who got her heart broken at SummerSlam. I got Mommy. She came down the ring, saved Damian Priest. She had the black pants on with the black halter top on. I'm like, okay, Mommy. Put a revenge outfit on. So I got Rhea Ripley as my Street Clothes Wrestler of the Week.
She's on a revenge journey.
Generic version of the revenge tour.
No, one of my girlfriend's coworkers said these younger people, they come up with some funny shit. Apparently she was real dressed up one day and my girlfriend was like, I saw you on Instagram this weekend and now you're doing this. And she's like, yeah, somebody broke up with me, so I'm on a revenge journey. Like,
that's hilarious.
Just say you out getting dick. A revenge journey. Get out of here. Yeah, I mean, you had Mommy, but you also had Liv Morgan in Street Clothes, and she's putting the boots at Damian Priest.
She was, but she doesn't win either our Street Clothes Wrestler of the Week.
She doesn't, but she gets an honorable mention.
No, we don't play that game.
Power rankings. These are going to be very SummerSlam heavy. Very SummerSlam heavy.
Yeah. My number 5 are your new WWE Tag Team Champions, the Bloodline, with Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu, who may or may not be injured. Have you heard anything about that?
I haven't, but my guess is that was an angle for him to be taken out just so he doesn't come face to face with Roman just yet. Because Roman would have had to beat his ass too if he'd have been there. So I find it very convenient that he got hurt right before that.
There you have it.
Yeah. My number 5, I completely forgot about the Bloodline winning the tag titles. Good for them. Also, they are both sons of, was it the Islanders or the?
Yeah, it was the Islanders.
Yeah. So that's cool that they won the titles and their fathers couldn't, even though they should have probably. So that's
Hakuna Tonga Kid.
that's a cool moment. Um, my number 5 is your new women's champion, Miss Nia Jax. Number 4,
Hmm.
he's a megastar. L.A. Knight. Yeah.
This might be the first time
New
he's ever
United
made your
States.
list.
Oh, he's made it before.
Okay. Like you said, new
I give
United
L.A.
States
Knight his
champion.
props when they're justified.
My number 4 is your new Intercontinental Champion, Mr. Rex Steiner, Brown Breaker.
Mm.
Number 4. Now, number 3 is your new WWE Women's Champion, Nia Jax, your new Women's Champion.
My number 3, and still your women's world champion, that Lovebird herself, Liv Morgan, the little vixen.
Okay.
Number 2, your new world heavyweight champion, the Ring General. This is about to be like Booker T say, no bread, no water, just meat. This is about to be a slobber knocker of a title reign.
He will deliver in the ring. I'll give you that. My number 2 is your new United States champion, Mr. L.A. Knight. Yeah. My number 1 is your new world champion, the Ring General, Gunther.
Wait a minute. You don't even have Cody in your top 5?
Nah.
I don't either. My number 1 on my power rankings is the Tribal Chief, the original Tribal Chief. That was a fucking shockwave that got sent through that place. That was the loudest ooh ah there's ever been. Like the crowd was all in unison for that. And yeah, just that's what a star is, man. Like, and again, I know every week I have to fucking preface this when I say it. I'm a Cody guy. I like Cody, but Cody is not the star that Roman Reigns is. It just doesn't have the same professional wrestling feel. Cody feels like I can't even quantify what Cody feels like. It feels like he's just a tick below Roman.
I mean, yes, though.
It's not like a Rock and Austin, right? Or like a Hogan Macho Man Ultimate Warrior, or like even a Flair Sting. Like those were all closer to each other. I think there's a significant distance between Roman and Cody.
I'm not trying to split hairs and argue just for argument's sake, but I feel like Hogan and Macho Man might be a better comparison. As much as I like the Macho Man, as much as I hate Hogan, he was kind of like the number 1 guy, far ahead of most people in the 80s. Like Macho Man kind of caught up with, especially with the Slim Jim, but Hulk Hogan was synonymous with wrestling. Like he was, when you think of wrestling, it was Hulk Hogan. But I like your other comparisons though, with like Hogan. I mean Hogan, Austin and Rock. They were like on the same level, and Ric Flair and Sting's like same level. And I hate Terry Bollea, but
Like, to each his own. I think Macho was a lot closer than Hogan. Hogan had the belt all the time, but I think Macho was like right there with him. And I think, what we know about Hogan, I think he was a jealous motherfucker that tried to hold Macho Man down, probably because he saw him getting closer to him.
he probably did do that, indeed.
Macho Man probably would have passed Hogan if it wasn't up to Hogan. Macho Man probably would have left his ass in the dust.
Yeah, because he was damn sure better in the ring than Hogan.
Oh yeah, that jealous motherfucker Hogan, racist piece of shit, if you will. I don't know why I did Dusty Rhodes there, but flabbergasted.
That part.
That's all we got, EJ. Like I said, next week we will we will have a lot more AEW. We've recorded Thursday of last week and Tuesday of this week, so there was no Dynamite in between, and a missable episode of Collision, from what I understand off the internets. Although EJ said it was a good show.
We do have a couple quick hits. Odyssey Jones, New Day. You feeling that?
I'm feeling the tension because Xavier wasn't feeling it, and I like this nigga picked up both of them boys, but with one hand each. I was watching on my phone. I had to go. Like, did he just do what I think he did?
Yeah, that was a feat of strength. And also, like this new Judgment Day lineup, because it seems like Carlito's official now, and then Liv is in. Liv is in there.
Carlito didn't give a fuck about JD getting his ass. So he was walking in the background eating his apple still. Go back and watch JD taking a choke slam. Carlito was not trying to get involved in that. One more thing about Odyssey Jones. I don't know a lot about. I've heard Odyssey Jones got drafted and Odyssey Jones this, that, and the third. I don't know why. I thought he was somebody completely different than who he is.
I followed him in NXT, and he was in like high up there in NXT. Like, so that was when he got drafted. I was kind of taking it back a little bit, but hey, good for him.
I didn't remember from NXT, but I did remember there was another like big flamboyant black dude that was in NXT.
Oh,
that's who I thought they drafted. I was like, why the fuck would they draft that guy?
He got released. I can't even. I'm slipping on his name, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. He got released.
There's a lot of dumbasses out there that heard Mark Henry's son got signed to WWE and thought that was Mark Henry's son.
They just trying to be funny. Racist piece of shit.
I see the resemblance, like both big black dudes with braids, but come on.
And then one more thing. What about Bronson Reed destroying Seth Rollins like that? Michael Cole was on one. He was like channeling his inner JR. With he did like 6 splashes in a row.
Yeah. That was pretty brutal. Good for Bronson Reed. I'm mad at the awkwardness between Seth and Punk. Like, you come out, you take your jacket off, and then pull the microphone out. Why you gotta take your shirt off to talk to me, first off? Like, you could have talked to me fully clothed. Yeah. Now you standing here all oiled up talking to me about how much you want to get your hands on me. I don't like that. Secondly, when they got in the ring, they just stared at each other while Drew was talking. Like, you've been waiting 10 years to fight this motherfucker. He put your ass to sleep while you were the referee, and you just gonna stand there while another man talks? That took me out of the moment completely. Like, it should have been on site for Punk when Seth saw him.
Well, we all know they don't have the longest attention spans. Punk could have won the match, but he's focused on a bracelet the whole time at SummerSlam. So, I guess it is what it is.
Yeah. That was stupid. A lot of people were complaining about that and Damian Priest going after Finn Balor. I could see Damian Priest, like, after seeing Dom turn on Rhea and then seeing his friend turn on him, like, I could see being in like a blind rage seeing a person, but to see fucking Seth Rollins pick the bracelet up. Oh, here's a question. I don't know if we'll ever get the answer to it. Did Seth pick the bracelet up to kind of get it out of the way and take care of it? Or did he purposely pick it up to piss Punk off?
Hey, nuanced story. I guess we'll never know. Guess we'll have to keep tuning in.
Because if you go back and listen to what they were saying, Punk was like, "Are you fucking with me? Like, why are you wearing that?" And Seth was like, "I'm not messing with you. I just picked it up. Like, I was trying to get it out the way." Also, like, I completely called it at our party when Drew won. I was like, you know what would be funny is if he took the bracelet back again and then he reached over and grabbed it. We all started laughing. I was like, yep, I should write wrestling.
Maybe you should. No, that was cold-blooded. Some spiteful stuff. I'm
That's
here for it.
McIntyre shit. DM hunk. You got anything else, EJ?
That's all I got for this week.
That is all I got too, man. Shout out to everybody that listens. Shout out to everybody that shares our shit on all the social medias. Thank you again. And until next week, for EJ Reed, I'm Chris Rucker. This has been Boot to the Face. Peace.
they got it bumping. Leg drop, boot to the face, we won't fold. Quick to put a dude.